Hey, what's up, Kevin? Uh-oh, can't hear you. Hold on, let me make sure that's not me. Yeah, that's not me. Can you talk
Let
from
me.
there? I hear you now.
Okay, I was just definitely quiet, huh?
Cool. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I thought I
But
seen your
first,
lips move, but I guess maybe it was me.
yeah, yeah, I didn't say anything.
We're recording audio, man. So, how's it going?
Not bad. Just the busy part of my life before the busy part.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's about that time at work, isn't it? Is it
yeah,
September?
yeah,
It slaps you in the face.
yeah, absolutely. And kind of sucks is like talking about staffing and stuff like that. Everything's flatlined, so we might not get staffing. So, starting to get interesting.
When you say flatlining, you mean like revenue?
Well, yeah, and just like the freight in general, like
Mm-hmm.
we're not gonna. It's probably gonna be like last year was. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason to, we'll hire people that we need, but we don't need to overscale
Yeah.
like years prior. So it'd be a different year. People scared to spend money right now.
Yeah, I can see that, I guess. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a nervous things going on. Hey, do you want me to start the stream or
Yeah, we can start.
Blake said he doesn't know when he's gonna get on, so
Yeah,
um
we can start increasing it.
cool. Let me get this audio rolling here. Yeah, it sounded like we were gonna get into some good stuff here. Let's see, what episode is this? This is 174. Um, you would think I'd have that down a little bit better. Show.
Get us such a reminder. It'd be nice if it just was pre-baked in.
Yeah, it'd be nice. One. See here. Oh, of course, Podbean doesn't make it easy for me to get straight to it either.
Right.
174.
175.
All right, we're gonna go live here. We'll have to. There we go. Come on. There we go.
Kevin, you missed the fuck out.
Grab my whiskey. I'm trying to get drunk.
We don't care what R. Kelly did.
Did I say anything racist this time?
You better get out of here, honky.
And now for something completely different.
I got moves, man.
Well, two honks and Kim just messing around. You'll never know what they talk about on two honks. Two honks and Kevin. You might hear something about the NBA. Maybe they'll just make your day on two honks. Two honks and Kevin. It's sports and life and family too. Let's all listen to two honks and a Kevin.
I just crapped my pants.
All right, what's up, Kevin?
What up?
Hey, it is August 31st, 2022, man. Yeah, so I guess we were kind of talking about people being a little nervous about their spending habits. I got an email today from our electrical company saying our rates are going to go up by like 12%.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's a nice little shot.
Yeah, I don't know if you're with AES.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Yeah, city of Indianapolis. Yeah.
yeah, formerly IPL. I didn't know if you guys had someone different out there where you are, because I know you're kind of in a weird little area that may or may not fall under that jurisdiction. But yeah, so I was just like, okay, I guess we'll just see, because they quoted it average of 12%.
Right.
Is what they're saying. So it's like, so it could be 5%, it could be 20%. You know what I mean? It's like you're not really giving me any information until I see my bill and then flip out on you.
Now, do you have like an electric furnace?
Yes.
Yeah. See, we still have gas on that, so I mean, I would be worried about going from air conditioning to like never having the relief, because at least you have the relief when you have like gas, right? But yeah.
Yeah, but even gas, they're saying is going to be, you're going to get slapped around on. Yeah.
It's never in it.
Yeah, because, gas is starting to become, that way too, even natural gas.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, thankfully we're not hurting a whole lot, but I feel bad for people that might be, because now it's like, because there are people out there who can't pay their bill now. You know what I mean? There are people out there who have to make that decision. Do I pay for my heat this month, or do I pay for my food, or do I pay for my medication, or do I pay my kids' textbooks? I don't know, man, but it seems like it's a worldwide issue, though. It's just I don't know what's going on necessarily. I mean, other than the Russian conflict, and maybe it's remnants of COVID-19, and catching up. With a lot of the factories and workers and stuff being shut down.
And not having enough workers.
Yeah.
Can it impact as well? I just feel like everybody's in that mode of, I don't want to spend money because I don't know what the future is, because everything I listen to is predicting a recession or something like that, but it's like, when does it hit, right?
I feel like they've been saying that for years, though. It's hard to take seriously, isn't it? Like, they keep, like, every single time I turn on something, it's somebody predicting another recession.
Right.
Like, it has been that way. It's been that way for even when Trump was in office.
Yeah.
But I think it's also has to do with the fact that the stock market rose so much, between when Obama was in his last couple of years and when Trump was in, that I think people were nervous that it's going to come crashing down, because they felt like it was fake, like the amount that it was going up, it wasn't the true value of the market, and now there might be some correction going on.
Right.
I'm not smart enough to know for sure, if that's the case, but it's just everything I had read and seen and hearing that, that might have something to do with it as well. Maybe it's just a perfect storm of things.
Right.
Yeah, but anyways, I got that email today and I was like, what the hell? So
I don't want to pay more.
I don't want to pay 12% more.
Trying to delete stuff.
Dude, I'm trying to pay down debt. Like,
I mean, like, I would say for my situation, at least we're fortunate enough to take that blow, and we end up adjusting something else, ultimately trying to get smarter than shifting your money. But I just, like you said, I feel sorry for the people that it's a burden. Like, I can't pay now. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm going to pay him, like, right? Like,
yeah.
I feel like at a certain point, though, like, essentials, like, when can there be a cap on essentials that you need? Like, you need heat. Like, you need electricity. Like, is there something, or like, are we just going to try to make money off of everything?
Yeah, I mean, I think there comes a time when you have to ask your government or each other, like, when is something like that? When do we talk about that just being a basic right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when do I have the right to have a warm house, or when do I have the right to water? Like, what's going on
that's
with
what
Jackson,
I'm saying. Like,
Mississippi.
water is free. Like, you need water to live.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like what's happening with Jackson, Mississippi, where they have, the water issue there now, when they're saying they might be without water indefinitely. And so now you got all these companies, Nestle and all them making money off of water. And it's like, shouldn't like
Isn't water free?
shouldn't water be free? Like, isn't it like an extremely
Right.
abundant resource? Like, why? Like, I understand you have to pay for it to get somewhere to your house. Like, I understand, the mechanical behind that. Like, you're paying for the mechanics of it, but it's just, I think it's just pretty pathetic.
Right.
People just can't have rights. They just can't have things. Like, it just can't have things that they need to live off of.
Right.
Everything's got to
Somebody's-
have a cost. Somebody somewhere's got to have their hand held out. And and the thing is like, I'm not saying free, but I am saying, like, can we at least have some sort of a structure in place to reassure that you're not making billions of dollars off of this thing that should basically almost be a human decency right?
Right.
Whether it be water or heat or AC, depending upon where you live, gas, so
Healthcare.
yeah, healthcare.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
you're exactly
check
right.
it
What's up,
Healthcare.
boys?
Hey, what's up, man? I was trying to make sure you were ready.
So,
I'm good, yeah, I'm
Blake, Richard
What are we
started
talking
in on basically AES's utility company. They sent out to residents of Indianapolis. I don't know if you're in the same thing because you're south, but that you're gonna get a 10 to 12%.
12% on average increase.
increase on your utility bill, right? And
Dude, this is my favorite topic to complain about.
Or men, yeah,
I
of course it is. We love to complain about utilities.
Yeah, I mean, it just in general, right? Like, it's just the same old topic. It's like everything goes up, but our pay raises. I mean, for the majority of us, and it's just I literally was talking to my neighbors the other day about this. Like, I don't know how people aren't losing their minds, or I mean, I hate to say it, but no wonder suicide rates so high. Like, there's this hopelessness, I feel like that's kind of in the air right now, and I don't know when that changes.
Yeah. Can't win, can't break even, and can't get out of the game, right?
Yeah. I think I told you guys about my air conditioning unit the other day. So basically the capacitor went out on it, and I was like, all right, bet at least that's, I called a guy that I know that works on air conditioning. He goes, more than likely that's probably what it is. I was like, all right, cool. I'll look on YouTube, try to figure it out. I see that it's a very simple fix. It's like a $20 part. I'm like, sweet. Amazon.com, 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Amazon is everything's the next day. Well, for some reason, this part is 1 to 2 weeks, right? So then Home Depot, Menards, all of those places, same thing. We have to order it online. It'll probably be 1 to 2. I think they said like 2 to 3 days. But when you're got no air conditioner going on, and this was last month or whenever it was, right? So anyways, I'm at work trying to find this part. Nika's at home sweating her butt off with all these daycare kids, and long story short, she ended up having to call somebody to come out, and it was like a $245 bill. And I was just like, this is why no one can afford anything. Like, I get it. Like, it's no different than if I did that as a living. Like, yeah, I'm going to charge you a couple $100 to come out and fix it. And part of me gets that, right? It's like, I came home, it was done. My wife's happy, my kid's happy. That's fine. But it's like, it was a $20 part, and I guess it's just the price of everything has gotten so high that it's like, anytime someone's talking to you or giving you a quote on something, I just feel like I'm getting screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Certainly
$500 just for them to come out on an emergency. Yeah, I just start ultimately calculating, like, that sounds like $500. That sounds like $500.
Everything's $500.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, like, even if you do make great money, very few people just be like, oh, $500, cool, I got that. I mean, if you make good money, you very well could and should, right? But then again, a lot of times when you make good money, you got a boat you got to pay for too. So
everything's $500 stick on that bad boy.
Yeah, exactly. Or a pool, or
but
college funds.
Like I started the conversation with Richard, like, when do essentials just get capped? Like, I need this to survive. If one of your kids had an issue and they had to be in temp controlled, right? Like you need that to survive, and like regardless of if it can get fixed today or tomorrow, like I need it now. I'm out for now money, right? I gotta pay it out.
Yeah, it's either throw it on a charge card or have the money. I mean, we were fortunate to have the money, but still, it's like that money can go to 1,500 other things. It's like just let me YouTube how to fix it and pick up the part at my local hardware store. Like I feel like we used to always be able to like that. I think that's where I got frustrated in that situation because it's like it's a simple part that nobody carries, so therefore you almost have to call an expert. And then because you're calling an expert, that's automatically, I think in this situation, it was $85 just for them to come out and look at it, and then $135 an hour to fix it, and it's like, come on, man.
I mean, 'tis the season. It's been a hot summer.
Yeah.
They probably bought all these parts.
It's probably you don't have the part is because of the heat waves and everybody's AC's breaking down.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it all ends up connected, in one way, shape, or form, I guess, but I don't know. It's frustrating. Yeah. So, Richard, you actually kind of brought this up last week, but it was a little bit, I think it was kind of like on our pre-show about the student loans being waived.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to kind of summarize everything that happened there. I didn't follow it too much.
Yeah. So basically, during his election campaign, Biden basically made a promise that, hey, I will do something to try to alleviate student loans. And like one of the numbers he threw out was like $10,000. It was like, we'll see if we can get, something taken off because of the high interest and just there's horror stories out there. I think I mentioned to you guys, there was one I read, some lady said she got out of school, had paid $45,000 in loans and was paying her loans religiously. And 15 years later owed $48,000.
Dude.
And she was like, I don't know how that happened. Like, I paid every month, like on time, and it's a real issue. So I guess, that's kind of, so it was recognized as a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of his campaign promises was, hey, we'll pay the 10 and we'll try to see what we can do. So throughout his whole presidency, Biden has looked at loan forgiveness in terms of people that went to schools that basically knowingly, fucked people over. Schools that were closed. Like I think one of them was like ITT. You remember that school?
Yeah, that happened to my best friend, and he was out. I think it was like $15,000.
Yeah, and I think maybe I want to say I don't want to say Lincoln Tech. I was going to say them. I was like, I don't remember, but yeah.
So what happened? What happened there? Like they went to school and then the schools shut down.
The schools shut down, or they ended up being a scam school. This that kind of thing. And,
dude.
And it's just and those were the kind of schools too that really preyed on adults that were like, we're just trying to find a way out of fast food or. Yeah, hey, go work on a car. Yeah, go work on cars, or hey, go in a trade like tech. So he's basically he's been ramping up to this the whole time. He's been doing loan forgiveness and also working on basically it's the public service loan forgiveness program, which I guess had a success rate of like 4%. So if something was wrong with it. Basically, it was broken. So only 4% of the people or something ridiculous that applied for this program were approved. And it was not supposed to be that way.
You said only 4%?
Yeah, I think that's about the range. I remember reading like over 90% were denied. And I think the number was like 96% or something.
So there's a ton of people out there with student debt that probably didn't get any help.
Yeah, I mean, or they went into fields with the promise that, so like if you do the public service loan forgiveness, so basically the gist of that is, hey, if you go to school to be a teacher, or if you go and you take your schooling to a nonprofit, or if you work for maybe the government, I think that's one of the other things. Basically, if you go into some sort of public service and you pay your loans for 10 years, we'll forgive the rest of the loan. That's basically that's what it is. And that's crazy. But there's so many rules and restrictions behind it that you can never really figure out exactly if you were doing the right thing you needed to do. So like you needed to make sure you were working for a correct employee that had like a 401(c). You had to make sure that you were making the right kind of payments. Just those ticky tack things. And if you messed up on one of them in those 10 years, you were disqualified.
It's over.
You're done. And
Dude,
they were like, it was never supposed to be this way. Like this was not the intention of this. So Biden basically said, hey, look, if you've worked in any of these fields for 10 years, I don't care what kind of payment you made, send us your information and we'll forgive it. And so that's the other thing he's done.
So it's forgiving people that still have that debt, but they're in the job that they went to school for,
and they've done their 10 years. Like for instance, my wife, she's been a teacher for 15 years. She's paid her student loans, but for some reason she applied for eligibility, but she was denied. And she's been a special ed teacher for like 15 years. So I'm like, there's no way,
So
you should
do
be
they
getting
look at
denied.
your guys' income and deny you because of that?
It's not income based.
Really?
It's if you
stipulation
work
based,
in a
right?
field in which they have said, if you work in this field that we need people to work in for 10 years and you pay for your loan for 10 years, we will forgive the rest of it.
Man.
So that's the gist of it.
And that would just encourage more people to probably go to school.
Well, and that would also encourage people to work in fields. Like, hey, you know what? You're 20.
Yeah.
Go work in this field until you're mid-30s. And then we'll pay off the rest of your loans, and then you can go do what you want. That kind of thing.
And it also works for the employer to like, I can retain these people.
Yeah, for 10 years. Yeah,
because I have this whole room basically.
Right. Yeah, unless the person moves to another nonprofit or another school. Like if you stay within that, you can go work for whoever. It's just as long as they're within those fields.
Right.
So these are things that he's done, like, throughout it. Like it's not like he poof out of nowhere. And so basically he decided to go ahead and do the $10,000. He said, okay, if you still owe money, we're going to forgive $10,000. If you at any point in time had to get a Pell Grant, which meant you were underprivileged, and so the government gave you assistance, we'll give you $20,000 because you're already underprivileged with that. And so that's basically the gist of it. 10 for whatever. If you went to school, you owe us money, we'll give you 10. If you're underprivileged, we'll give you 20. And there were a few other things they did in there as well. They changed the there's a way you can pay called the income I think it's called income payment plan or something like that, where they take your income and you only pay like 10% of what you make into your student loan. They basically said if you make 15 or less, you're going to pay us $0.
If you make 15,000 a year or less?
15 an hour, I should specify.
Okay.
If you make 15 an hour or less, you're not going to owe us any money. And they changed the cap from 10 to 5%. So now if you do owe or you do make more than 15, you're only going to pay us 5% of your paycheck.
See, so what it sounds like though, this sucks for the people that got talked into going to school to start a new career. Yeah, you rack up all this debt and then you end up not even liking that career. You end up working for whoever.
Yep.
But you still got to pay $100,000. Dude, see, that's it's almost, in a way, it's almost backwards. But then again, I get it. Like you went to school for a specific thing. You stayed in that career. So we're going to honor you for committing to this job or whatever, right? So we're going to forgive some of your loans. But I almost feel sorry for the other people that got, because we all get, it's so easy to like have a recruiter talk to you or someone tell you about this great business that they're involved in, and all you need is, whatever, a business degree, so then you enroll in school and then you get pregnant and then you know what I'm saying? Then,
life happens.
Life
happens, dude. Like it is what it is. Life happens. And it's just, I think in general, there are so many countries that offer free university, that offer free college, just right out the bat. And it's just kind of like what Kevin and I were alluding to earlier. It's like, why do we have to continue to pay so much for just stuff that should, not cost that
you can
much,
Google.
That you can Google. And it's like, and why does school cost $20,000 a semester now? Like, why are you building a bell tower in the middle of the college? Like, I don't like, these are things I don't like. What does that have to do with education? Like, just things like that. And that's kind of the thing that we're talking about here, Blake, is like, it's just weird to me. And I think it's a racket, right? I mean, what I do today, I don't need a degree for.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I got to where I'm at because of certifications. Like, I did have to school myself, but I took some $20 courses online.
Yeah, just to get just to put something on your resume.
Yeah, so it's just I think in general it's okay to finally see somebody that's not a billionaire get a freaking break. Like, and I understand that some people are upset because they're saying, you know, well, we all have to pay it in taxes somehow and this and that. And it's like, dude, you pay for all kinds of shit in taxes already you probably don't want to pay for. Like, who cares if you're giving people, Susie with 4 kids and $40,000 in student debt, whether it be her fault or not, a little bit of relief. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just be a human freaking being about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've kind of said that before. Like, it would be nice if we all were just one big community, and we lived off of each other's land. You know, you make the green beans, I make the cucumbers. You know, we share.
Like it used to be. Like, you sow my shit, and I'll go hunt a rabbit for you, get you some stew. Like, you know, just some basic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then again, I think if we went back in those days. Those days still had their issues.
Oh,
right?
For sure.
There's still people killing and robbing and trying to be the big man in the area or whatever.
You get away from those guns by running back in the day.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You vote down today. It's a little different.
And then like as far as the school goes, it's just like, you know, how does any of this change? Like Kevin always alludes to, once the prices go up, they're never going down. Yep. Like, we would love to see $3 gas right now. Like, we'd be like, oh snap, gas is only $3. Yeah, right. That because I'm already used to spending $60 to $70 every time I fill up my car. You know, that's just what it is now. You just, and then you adapt. But I don't know. Like, I also say this, I see people driving by me in brand new cars all the time. So it's like, what percentage is like, you know, hurting or, you know, trying to make ends meet or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I think people just get to a point where they just spend it. Back on what Richard's talking about. So a lot of people are upset because, again, too, they're like, so what about the people that paid for it? Do they get something? And something like that. I'm starting to see a lot of stuff like that. And then a lot of government officials, like we talked about earlier this week, that took out PPP loans and got forgiveness on that, but does not want.
And it's somebody that didn't
person.
need it. It's somebody that's already a millionaire, and then you just got $1 million loan forgiven. So
where would you rather want your tax money to go? Because I mean, somebody has to pay for that, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I feel like politicians are at the point now where they don't even care.
They don't. No.
Like, they're making money on stocks and they don't care. Like, they're so protected. You know, I actually heard someone talking to
modern day mafia, dude.
Yeah,
and it's all of them, dude. It's Democrats and Republicans, man. There's actually a Twitter account that follows Nancy Pelosi's stock, and they're like, dude, if you just do what she does, you're gonna be rich because she has some sort of inside track somewhere because she's making a ton of money. Yeah,
they all do. It's all evil, man. Like, I don't know if it's evil, but it's just rich man games. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. It worries me, man. Like, you know, because. You know, it's just like, I don't know. You hear people talk about like Biden's son's laptop, you know, like the information there. Yeah. Or Hillary Clinton's
the private email stuff.
Yeah. And then the whole Epstein thing. Right. And then how the black book never gets revealed because the black book has people's names in it that are in government right now. At least that's what everybody says. You know, it's like all this is right.
The Trump Mar-a-Lago stuff now that's going on.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind touching on that too. On the talking about like the files that he took or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I don't know if he was supposed to take those files or not, but I even looked at that as like this is just them trying to tear down Trump again.
It's way more than that at this point in time, dude. Like they're like,
really?
There's some stuff out there, dude, that's like, you know, and I'm not a super expert on it, but I will say, like, there's some weird coincidences from when he apparently took that stuff and people started dying in the field. Like they were saying,
dying. Like what field? I don't even know what they took.
So they have a timeline of like January 21 is about when he took the docs from, that's when all that started happening.
That's this year?
Last year.
Okay, cool.
So they're saying from January 21 to October 2021, okay, there was a lot of our field agents, undercover field agents, that got killed. And they're saying it's the most that they've ever seen ever get killed. Guess who had those documents at his house talking about all this?
Apparently Trump.
Yes.
But I don't understand how this connects. Like, how does this connect to deaths?
The fact that he has the documents, and then there's like, he has random meetings and people come to his house all the time, and it's all just information sitting out there.
Oh, you're saying he has the documents about these deaths?
No, about where these people are.
Where the people are.
Oh, I got you.
Right.
That's weird. But
So,
why would he?
Why would he sell the information?
Why would he want these?
First
these
tell
papers?
Blake what the information is.
So it's information on where all these undercover people are. So it's like if you tell Russia, like, so the whole thing was like, and I'm not a conspiracy, like, and I don't know if this is true. Like, I'm just going to say this right now. Like, I don't know if it's true, but this is the kind of stuff they're talking about was there. Right, and they're talking about nuclear stuff was there. They're talking about some of our on-the-field agents' information and stuff like that. So this guy gets these documents, and all of our people start dying on the field. Meanwhile, he's having meetings with Russians and Saudis, like at Mar-a-Lago, or he's going overseas, or Jared Kushner magically gets $2 billion for no reason while all this is going on.
Right.
So it's like you have to go.
It's on both sides.
Nobody's saying it isn't, Blake. Nobody. That's not even a part of the conversation.
Right. But
like,
I was just thinking, like, because I've heard the same thing about the other side. I'm just like, man, like it really is just both sides finding ways to get more money or whatever they're doing, you know?
Right. So the issue is that Trump is selling out our soldiers and our agents on the field for money, probably. That's one of the big things that they're talking about. That's one of the big talking points. Is like he had all this information there, and then today, I guess there's video evidence that when people were there, the FBI agents were there looking for the boxes, his lawyers were moving the boxes around. So like they'd go in a room and look for it.
Weren't they trying to flush stuff down the toilets or something?
They were trying to flush stuff down the toilet. Yep, and they were like moving shit around like it's the Scooby-Doo skit.
I guess I don't understand, like, what's the urgency for him to keep these files, or just because he doesn't want people to know where these undercover agents are, or are these cases on the agents' deaths?
No, these cases are where they are.
Where
so now they're asking the question.
These are secret agents, right?
Yes. So now they're asking the question: did this information get out? Whether it was because he's stupid, or was he selling it?
Or was it a favor? Yeah.
So that's the question, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying one way or the other. And you can say what you want, but either way, it's just like, wow.
I think it would shock me that he was selling it for money. I mean, they always say that he never even took. Yeah, because I don't think he needs the money. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even take a check from being a president, according to him. I guess he never even accepted so I don't think he needs money. I'm just at the point where I feel like they try to blame everything on Trump.
Dude, this is this is less blaming. Like, dude, if you have shit like this in your house and you're getting our people killed, this goes beyond finger pointing. This is some bad shit, dude.
Oh, nice. We got new
yeah,
stuff.
I guess I just don't know enough about it to even.
It goes beyond like, you know.
I just have a hard time always thinking that there's evil behind it. Like Trump is, like,
I don't know.
I don't
know,
man.
dude.
You
And that's, I don't know. Like I said, there's not enough information out there yet to know for sure. But
I think it's all smoking mirrors too, right? It's all just black smoke
maybe
to keep us from really focusing on all the bull crap that's going on in this world.
I don't know.
Hey, you guys didn't tell me you were covering my favorite topic, conspiracy theories.
There you go.
Oh man.
What do you got,
Come
Jared?
on.
Yeah. What you got, Jared? What's Trump up to, Jared?
Oh, I don't know what Trump's up to. Everything's a conspiracy. There's always something behind everything.
I
And
know.
it never just happens.
That's why I say I don't believe anything anymore.
Yeah,
I don't.
that's what I said
Hey,
too.
it wasn't Richard wasn't it like off top. He was like, "Well, Obama took some records too."
Dude,
but like,
it's the
he took
whole
them differently.
thing. It's like he took
it's just the way
records
that
to
he
Chicago.
that he deflected. I'm like, man,
It's like my kids
That's what-
fighting, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's not abnormal for presidents to get records like that.
Yeah,
and
you
retain them,
could
but,
you
like,
could check
You're
things
not keeping them a
out.
whole year, right?
You can check them out of the archives, but but there's still a procedure, and it doesn't mean they're declassified. And you have to have them in such a way that they're not like sitting in the middle of your living room.
Right, just in your man cave,
Yeah,
chilling.
just in your man cave, apparently.
Well, and I'm
with
sure-
with a bunch of magazines.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm sure he has them hidden. I'm sure he doesn't
Nope.
just have them out
Nope.
for. But
Nope.
you don't know that.
Yes,
Who
I
knows
do,
that?
dude. the
They're
FBI
trying to find it.
Nope.
They're trying to
I'm reading-
find them.
Nope.
No,
the
I'm reading it
FBI
right here.
went there and told him to lock it up. Like they went there
Oh,
and
really?
they found some stuff.
Yeah, I'm reading it
And,
right now.
and the
Yeah.
thing, and they told him they were surprised when they found. And this was back like in February when they initially found things. They told him you need if you're gonna keep them, you have to at least lock them up somewhere. Like
So he's just more or less being careless with some
stupid.
important documentations.
Yeah.
That's really the crime,
No.
or if it's
Nope.
a crime. No,
No, it's
So
more than
deeper.
that. Yeah, that's what we're trying to say. It's not like he just has some piece of papers. Like it's
It's important stuff.
it's important
It
stuff.
just goes to show you the depths that political infighting will kind of drop to kind of prove a point and to try to get a leg up on someone for the next election.
I mean,
There's that.
it depends. Yeah, I mean, look,
That's how I look at it.
if it comes out he sold information, we're gonna have a different conversation. But for now, it's just
Absolutely.
and that's what they're alluding to so far. And this FBI head of director, you know what his conviction rate is? Like,
Hundo?
huh?
A hundo?
Yep. If he gets evidence on you enough to convict, he's got 100% conviction rate.
Dang.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're
what I
going
said.
after him,
The minute he put this stuff out, is like he's got something and he's just waiting. He's got a bullet in the chamber somewhere.
So what happens? I mean, can Trump get locked up
Yep.
or what?
Yeah, I think yeah. If it's espionage or
I-
something like that.
I hate politics.
Yeah,
I swear
yeah.
I do. But I just look at this.
But
as
it's
like
not
the
politics
left.
though, Blake. I mean, that's the whole issue is that people keep saying, dude could have committed a serious crime. It's not politics. Like people are like politics. Like no.
Right, but we also know that like freaking Biden and his son, like we just mentioned, like there's
Yeah.
so much shady crap going over there too. Like it's like these like
Like what?
this is supposed to
But
be
you
our
can't-
government.
I understand that, but like we can't just deflect and say just because Biden's doing this.
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's not
saying.
wrong.
Like it's like
Yeah,
we
both
keep
of them are wrong.
we keep having that like we're
that's
not
my
even
point.
talking about Biden.
I
We're
feel
talking
like
about
that's what everybody says though.
Yeah.
You-
Well, and it even gets back to like the Clintons and the island and
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
That's what I
cover
was
up for
saying.
all this stuff. Like
That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of all the
child
cover up.
peddling. Yeah, all the child
Yeah.
peddling and oh, you're rich and you can go to this island, you can do whatever you want,
Mhm.
and everybody will look the other way. Or if anybody does get in trouble, they'll be offed. The second they're nobody's looking.
yeah.
I think I'm over it being our lead media source, right? Like
Uh-huh.
I just kind of wish the government would just be smart minds coming together, helping us all, which I think that's probably what it's intended to be.
Yeah.
But instead it's become this soap opera. And kind of what I was going to say earlier, I feel like everyone's just trying to come at Trump for everything he's ever done and going to do because they don't want him to run again. And I don't want him to run again. Regardless of what he did as a president, there was a lot of division.
Mhm.
But once again, I think that division came so strongly from the left, and then the whole pandemic, and they, then that became the thing of the election, and they just, honestly, I know he didn't help himself, but they also gave him zero chance because he wasn't supposed to be the president. Our Lord and Savior Hillary Clinton was supposed to be, which I don't know why anyone thinks that would have went any better.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you.
Clintons are proven to be evil.
It was that was a bad election for sure. I don't know.
Yeah. And then our last election was not great. We got a guy that's half dead and another guy that's half dead. So
yeah,
it's like, it's like
it's like at the end of the day, do better, because like now I'm just at the point that I don't believe anybody, because it's just a huge deflect, and I'm like I'm coming back full circle of like what we talked about earlier. Is like people are getting mad because somebody's doing something about student loans to cover up their PPP loans that got forgiven.
Yeah,
everything's a deflect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did this, but this person that we're giving $10,000, you didn't need that $300,000, and you took it.
Is that? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more. It ends up being more work on us for.
It happened. It happened during COVID too, when they were getting assistance from the government.
Yeah, that's what the PPP loans were.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
That's right. That's what that was called.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I forgot.
Oh no, you're fine, man. Yeah, I mean, it was people that didn't need it. Like the Catholic Church got forgiven like $3 billion.
I mean, dude, how about we do a little better investigation of what's going on in Catholic churches?
Our churches,
because it's
general,
not a hidden secret.
Yeah,
churches and it's not a hidden secret what's going on and throughout history in the Catholic Church, but we just brush that shit underneath the rug, and I don't understand why.
I do. You want to know what would solve a lot of? I mean, it would solve everything, but it would solve a lot of problems.
What?
Term limits in Congress.
Yeah.
And have new faces and new people in there with new ideas instead of the same 75% of them, and not all these new people who don't get a chance to do anything because Pelosi and Orrin Hatch and all these
they've been in there for like 50 years,
30 decades. Yeah, exactly.
Money.
It's too much power. So
that's what I'm saying. It's mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've heard this argument too, as far as like even being a president. If you only have 4 years, like it's not a lot of time to really change the country. Just imagine starting. Like if you started a new job, and then let's say you were only allowed there, you worked there for 4 years, and then they had to bring somebody else in to do your job. Well, it's going to take them years to learn, right? And so I've heard arguments where the presidency should be longer, but I understand also if you've been in Congress for 50 years, you got so much power, and you can be the single person in this world that keeps something from being legal or illegal or whatever, right?
Yeah. And then once I keep doing that with the other, with us four, we keep doing that. We're making money. We're doing it together.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Who cares? We're rich. Who cares? We're rich.
Yeah.
I think
who's going to Bahamas with me this weekend?
The whole part of government, though, is it's supposed to be hard to make those changes. Like it's not supposed to be easy to push things through. Like if that was the case, then I think it might be a problem.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I know we've kind of complained about this before, but it's like, what do you do? Like, can it be changed? Like, there's part of me that says, man, wouldn't it be great? Like if the next presidents are just a bunch of jokers and literally no one votes and says, no, we demand a change. We demand truth. We want to know what's going on. Are there aliens? We'll just start there. and then can I see the black book from Epstein's Island? Give me the truth. Like I want to know, what happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? Like what's going on with Russia? What's going on with the war? What's going on with China? Like just be truthful with us.
Tell me the truth.
But the problem is the little bit that we do know, we know it's corrupt. So what do you think we would do if we got all that knowledge? It would be total chaos and overthrow the government, revolution 2.0.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You always got to think about too is that there's always like it's always been like this, right? Like there's
Yeah.
every presidency, there's always issues. There's always stuff we got to adapt to and changes and
Yeah.
but I guess the question is, has it always been corrupt? And I don't know how it hasn't been.
I feel like for a long time it has been. I think you're absolutely correct, and I think it's always been like the stronger. I mean, because you've always heard stories about these groups and these factions and all that. I think really it's just come to light because people are talking about it, and and I hate to bring up the old
more
cliche
accessible.
of the internet. Like people can now call things like this out, so we're just more aware of it. I certainly think I mean, they always talk about how a lot of the presidents or a lot of the politicians were all part of this some sort of same club, like in Stanford or Harvard or whatever it is they went, and I think the Bushes were part of that, and the Kennedys and all them. They're just saying like these powerful families are all part of the same group and the same club, and I think that's just, and I think it's just more in our face now because we see it online.
Do you think it's like a mafia ran type thing? I mean, do you think there's a power above all this that's kind of controlling our government? Or?
There might be. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to hear, is it George Soros or whatever? Is that his name? It wouldn't surprise me to hear somebody like that, or some sort of just a quiet shadow person that's behind some sort of and I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
I think it's more like a group.
But
I think it's like mega corporations and mega money.
They say it's the same four companies that control everything, right? Procter & Gamble, Nestle. Like there's like 3 or 4 companies that control everything. You may have Coke, Pepsi. You may have Coke and Pepsi, but they're both owned by the same people, right?
right.
In the end,
yeah. Too much power in too little hands.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But isn't that how it's always been?
Kind of. I think a little bit. I think it's gotten worse over the years with the companies buying each other.
Or people just flaunt their stuff more now.
Yeah.
So you see all the power, you see all the stuff they got.
For sure.
All
right, I'm out, boys. I'm going back to basketball.
Have fun.
Later.
Don't break a leg.
Halftime. Jared took that.
Yeah, go
Jared's
get him.
been halftime with 2 honks and Kevin. That's what's up.
Go dunk on him.
Make sure you cross up Bill from accounting.
And he's out. Got him. Oh man. We can kind of change subjects real quick. I'll see if you guys. I don't know if you guys ever watched that documentary I sent out yesterday.
I tried. I got 20-30 minutes in and was just like couldn't care. I mean, no offense, Blake.
No, it's fine.
I tried and just didn't care. Like I kind of knew the story anyways, and there's just nothing there that really kind of wrapped me into
What were we
it.
talking about? I didn't even see that.
The John McAfee documentary on Netflix. Is that what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's for those listening. So it's called Running with the Devil. It's about John McAfee, who is the creator of McAfee antivirus, which is pretty well known. I mean, it's kind of a staple of computers. I feel like, I mean, it's been around forever. Just to kind of say it quickly, basically he ends up selling the business. He moves out of the country. He's living on an island. His neighbor ends up murdered. He flees the country, but when he flees, he hires a videographer and a reporter to come with him because he wants his life documented. He wants the end. He's a egomaniac or whatever you want to call him, but so it takes you on this journey of basically him fleeing, and then it's one of those. It's like the Manti Te'o, however the hell you say his name. It's like his story. There's so many little details to it, and that's how this one is too. But like the ultimate thing, like at the end, it kind of shows them. There's just this clip, like I was watching it, and I was just like, this dude. Let me set this up better. There was a clip at the end. He's got his shirt off. He's got like tattoos all over him. He looks rough. He's into drugs. He's into alcohol. Like his life has just become like, just crazy. Like how do you create something, right? That I'm not going to say changes the world, obviously, right? But it's a staple of what we use for our computers daily. As far as maybe
as a 1-2 punch. You either had McAfee or Norton antivirus back in the day.
Yeah. but you are the smarts behind it. You're the Steve Jobs, Elon Musk of antiviruses. And I'm looking at this guy on this boat running for his life, drugged out on alcohol. And it was just one of those moments where I'm like, dude, like how can you be so intelligent and successful, but so stupid and broken and messed up, and it's not even the money. Like, we all know that, like, it's not the money, but it's like, it's beyond the money. Like, how did you not get that money and do good or have a family and enjoy it and bless people? It's like, it's this, I don't know. Part of me wonders if you're not wired a specific way, you may not be able to be the person that creates something.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
Right.
that, every great creator has to be a, killer.
Well, most of them are. I mean, not killer, but a lot of them are very eccentric. I mean, that's what is it? The 27 Club, they call it? Like a lot of artists, who all,
Right.
died when they were 27.
Yeah. Yeah. Because of drugs or
suicide or, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, in the documentary kind of, brings to light how, he did want to be famous, Well, that's another thing I want to say. The fact that he wanted to bring people along with him to video it, he's already thinking about, I'm going to be a Netflix star. I'm going to have like he was talking about, he goes, I want to have my own show. I want people to see how, crazy my life is and whatever. Right. So it's like, so now I kind of feel like, are we going to be breeding more and more people like this? That's like, hey, if I do something crazy and wild and can build a story, maybe that's how I go out, with the Netflix special, like
maybe. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have, what do they call it, reality?
That's only if you're here to watch it, though, right?
Well, but that's kind of to my point. It's like these shootings or whatever. It's like they don't even care if they see the documentary, right? Themselves, they want to live. They want to leave a mark, have a crazy infamy. Story. Yeah, it just, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just don't know. I don't know how someone becomes successful like that, and then just, or maybe it's the success. Maybe it's the success that, it doesn't get them what they're searching for, right? And it alludes to him having a rough upbringing, watching his dad beat his wife, beat his mom, and there's and not to make that sound like it's not a big deal. That's obviously a big deal if he did witness that stuff, but and that seems to be a common thing, right? It's like
it's very important to your, your upbringing. If you see something like that, then that probably does trigger something in your brain mentally that, does mess you up for the rest of your life. And if you don't have, the right things in place to help yourself or whatever, whether it be through, someone that cares about you or therapy or whatever, it's probably going to eventually twist you around a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. And I get people being alone, people being abandoned or, forgotten about and depressed. And, I understand how people can have such a rough life and then make them do crazy stuff, but I don't know, man, hopefully with, the awareness to mental health and whatnot, hopefully that gets better, but I don't know if it does.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know they're trying. They opened the national mental health line or whatever. I don't know what the number is, but
you may know later.
Probably.
About it.
I've seen a lot of like podcasts advertise BetterHelp.com. It's like an online where you can talk to a therapist and stuff. So,
yeah, there's a few of those.
Yeah.
It's so expensive though. Like I looked at that and I was like, man, that's still a lot of money. Like, you know what I mean?
Something else the government should take care of, right?
Yeah.
They used to.
Really?
They had the houses.
And then everybody started having mental health problems and they're like, nope.
I decided it wasn't worth their money anymore. Yeah. It wasn't worth their time.
On the call-in line at jobs. I'm taking a mental health day.
Yeah, for real. For real. Oh man, what a mess. What a mess.
Yeah. I know we took my son to, one after their classmate died. We took both of our kids to one, and our son went for a little bit longer, and I remember it being $175 a session.
Dang,
It's not cheap.
dude,
You know?
that's insane.
We-
And of
we
course,
had to
insurance
make-
doesn't cover it.
No, they'll
Some
cover
insurance
a
is fine,
few
right?
of them. They'll cover a few
Yeah,
sessions,
it's a couple of sessions.
but
that
then
they-
after that, you're on your own, like
right,
kind of.
anything
yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
So, but now they
Man.
do one through the school, so and that one's free.
Well, that's good. At least you
Um,
got that.
Yeah, so it's not cheap, you know. So
Yeah.
and that's why people, you know, that's why I don't know, man. It's like kind of like what you just said. Like it's just this is why people are the way they are. Is like the people that can help people. It's like $175 a session for
Yeah.
you to talk to my kid for 30 minutes,
Yeah. Don't you know I'm coming to you for help?
and then doing maybe
Saying the same
15
thing
minutes
that
of
I'm doing.
paperwork. Like I just. It
It-
doesn't
it
surprise me
incre-
this world is not getting better. Like it just doesn't surprise me because everything's
Right.
hidden behind the love of money.
Yep,
Exactly.
$1. Yeah,
And it discourages you as a parent or a marriage, you know, if you
Yeah.
want to go to marriage counseling or whatever, it discourages because it's like, well, dude, paying $175 to talk to someone is going to affect us and make us even more stressed out.
yeah, it's stressed
You
out
know?
because we're trying to pay for this.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm paying 175 for this, and this is all I get. Like,
Yeah, you
you
just
know?
sit there and listen to us, you know.
And I don't think it really
whatever.
helped
We-
them that much. Like, I don't think it did.
So, well, and you may be right, and I'm not afraid to admit it. My wife and I have had to go to marriage counseling, you know, a couple of times, and I think it's great.
I think a good
because-
marriage typically you do see some sort of marriage, like it's, and you don't go to
Oh,
marriage counseling just because you're having problems. You go to marriage counseling just because that's what you do. Make sure where you're at.
I think it should be mandatory.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think if you want divorce to go down, if government really cared, right? You know, because divorces destroy families, destroy jobs, destroy incomes, destroy a lot of stuff.
Significant, yeah.
Yep, you should, and it should be free. I would say, I wouldn't even mind it being once a year, right? Just
A couple sessions a year.
That's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard to get everyone to buy into that. But it's just if nothing else, like maybe you get, you know, for three free sessions, and if nothing else, you know, you and your spouse can agree. You go there just to talk things out. You know, you and your spouse can be having a disagreement on something, but if you have somebody else there to be like, well, hold on, she's feeling this way because you're coming from this place, and he's feeling this way because you're coming from this place, and this triggers him here and this triggers her here, you know, like that's what helps a relationship, you know, because if not, man, we're all just stuck trying to do it ourselves together and try to raise kids,
Yeah.
try to get along, and you know, it's hard, man.
Yeah, and I mean, I think kind of what you said earlier was healthcare. Like it all boils down to like people always
Yeah.
talk about physical health, but mental health is half the game,
More
isn't
important,
it? You know,
yeah.
it's just
Like literally health,
yes.
period.
Yeah.
Right. Like I literally had that thought today. I was walking outside looking at a trailer, and I got up underneath the trailer, and I, you know, was walking in. I go, I'm just glad I have my health. I have my health, right?
Yes.
I literally take time to be like, if I'm playing a sport or something, just be like, I'm so glad I'm doing this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy I don't have a bum knee. Hey, my ribs still hurt, by the way. This rib injury is not going away.
It takes a long time for any abdominal.
Memories of the matter.
Those injuries
Yeah,
take
I
a
know,
long
I'm
time
like-
to heal.
Yeah, I can't believe it's like out of all injuries, I had to get the one that lasts for like, you know, over a month.
Do you guys have
But-
a physical therapist on staff or anything?
at our job?
Yeah.
You're saying no?
Uh-huh.
I wish.
Okay. Yeah.
Why?
I know we have one. He's not like on staff, but he's there, kind of thing.
Okay.
And so like if anybody gets hurt, we just book a session with him.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
No, we don't have those luxuries.
Yeah.
Amenities.
Amenities. There you go.
There you go.
Mm.
Amenities.
Amenities. So you guys doing?
It might be in your benefits somewhere.
Yeah, maybe so.
Physical therapy.
Um,
Mhm.
Yeah. You guys doing anything this weekend for Labor Day?
Yes. We're
What you
going
doing?
to St. Joseph's up in Michigan.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
For what? Just
a couple days at the
chill out.
beach. Yeah, take the kids up Friday, then Saturday, just be there all day. Go to the lighthouse.
awesome.
Go to the beach. Just maybe eat
Have
someplace
you
different.
have you been before?
No. No.
You can have you can hit up Landon. He's up there in Michigan.
Oh, is he?
Our number one
Number
listener.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get a text like the
shitty.
next morning. He texts me like the next morning, like something about something, something
Hey,
we've touched
If you
on.
made it to the end of our podcast, Landon, you deserve a shout out, buddy.
That's right.
It's a good show.
That's
It's
right.
a good show today.
Yeah, it's not too shabby. not too
But
shabby.
yeah, no, I've never
Well, that's
been there before. My wife used to go. She went to Ludington, Michigan, for a few years with her family, and has always talked about wanting to go to Michigan and up, over there in the beach area.
It's nice, man.
So I said,
Yeah.
let's go take a weekend since it's Labor Day and just kind of one last hurrah. And
Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's-
we go down to my mother-in-law's every Labor Day and Memorial Day, so it's always camping and fishing, and there's a couple local golf courses, so we're gonna hit up one of those. But yeah, man, I love it. I can't wait.
nice.
I kept all day today. I kept thinking it was Thursday, and I'm just like, man,
Yeah,
it's just making this week even longer.
yeah. I took a mental health day for tomorrow, so I got tomorrow off.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. You
Richard,
took one for
the
Friday
closest
too.
Yeah,
The closest I've been to St. Joe's is South Haven. Looks like it's about 20-30 minutes north, so I haven't been there yet. But it's funny. Like I like Michigan a lot, and it's like right there.
yeah.
We try to go pretty often. It's cool. It's pretty. It's beautiful.
We've never been, but I hear Michigan is like such a great place, to vacation. So we might try to do that
Summer,
next year.
yeah, summertime is good. Like winter, I imagine it's just trashed. But
Let's go to
yeah.
a ski resort up
Yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah, if you're in a skiing, you're good. But
Mich-
spring and fall, you're going to be cold. Most of
Yep.
the tourist places actually close after September. So
Yeah, I bet Michigan's hopping for like 3 months.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, y'all crazy for living up here.
June, July, August, September.
yeah.
We've been
yeah.
in the spring and it's cold.
Really?
sure.
Yeah,
I bet,
but
man.
like
Especially-
even like an 80-degree day, like the water is like 63.
yeah,
Oh.
You get that breeze off that water. Ooh, man,
Yeah.
dude, there's nothing worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, Landon.
yeah. We're talking about trying to take our kids on more like experiences and stuff, and just making sure we get out and
Yeah,
go to other
Do you
states
guys-
and countries and stuff with them.
that's good, man. Do you guys like to do like little hikes and stuff?
Man, my kids are too little for that. Like my 6-year-old, she'll walk maybe 20 minutes and then she's done. Like
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we've been trying to do that. Like I think Nika's subscribed to like Hiking Indiana or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
And just
to get
just
stuff
yeah,
around. Yeah,
yeah, just finding little parks. We went down to McCormick's Creek, which we've been there before, but
that
we
was cool.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
just,
want to do that. Yeah,
yeah, there's a little cave there, and some trails, and you find some water.
man, I'm
and
about to send you a
fountains.
park. The one that we go to, like with the dogs, and it's a good hiking, but like it's a nice summer day. Like
Yeah, there's some
you
good
get
state
out
parks
you
out
can Get
there.
out and swim and stuff like that. It's right across from Park Tudor. It's called Merritt Park. I'm gonna send it to you real quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some good hiking parks out there where you can do 10, 15 miles. You can like stop and they have like camping sites. You can stop overnight.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some
That'd
pretty
be
good
dope.
spots here in Indy.
I actually thought about getting a park pass this year. I'm gonna do it next year though.
It was like $50 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that
I
do
mean,
for you?
Let you
I mean,
to
you
any
just get in and out
state park.
to anyone in Indiana. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but how? I mean, do you go enough to justify that? You know what I'm saying?
I
Isn't it
mean,
like
if I
$5
go-
a car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would
I
just
mean, if you go
justify
a
me
lot,
going out more. You know what
it'd
I'm
make you go. Like, dude,
make
it's
me go.
free. I don't have to pay the $5, honey.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting into like bike riding. I think that would be enjoyable. Kind of going on some trails.
Right.
As long as it's safe. I ain't
Dude,
trying to get
bike
hurt.
riding on those trails, like I've seen people
Oh,
do
yeah.
that, and I'm like, man, you're gonna die doing that.
Eagle Creek. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Fort Bend,
That's
yeah,
Fort
yeah.
Bend is a
Eagle-
good park.
it's a
I
good
used to-
park.
They used to do that. Do they still do that like Ford Fest, where you go? Like we went like a couple times where you actually go. You can do canoeing, you can shoot for free, and all that stuff.
I've never done it. I
There we
don't
go.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a nice 5 mile trail. I'll walk on every once in a while, but it's also bikers are on there too, and they'll just come flying by, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna Yeah, I don't know how people
Sure.
do that.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Like I could barely ride a bike on the street. I don't know how
I
you're
heard
doing
it's,
that.
it's good. It's good sledding at Fort Man.
There is, yeah.
Rich is like, I hit a speed bump and I'd fall over.
I'm done. I'm not the most graceful person. I won't lie.
Yeah, at least you didn't crack your rib on a half pipe or whatever the heck it was.
Oh yeah, that's when you did it, man. That was the other thing that made me nervous doing that, man. It's like, man, if I fall the wrong way, I'm gonna give myself a concussion. Like,
Dude, yeah.
am I the only one that thinks about like I'm about to hurt myself? Like, I'm like, is this gonna hurt me? I don't.
That whole time we were doing the mutter, I was like, just don't hurt myself. That's why I said when I did the half pipe thing, I was like, dude, I got one in me because this is what I pictured in my head. It's like I'm gonna come down and my elbow is gonna hit the thing,
Something.
and that's gonna like shatter my elbow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. If I go back on my memory, I just remember thinking like, I'm going to slip. I'm for sure going to slip when I run up this because I'm all, muddy and wet.
And it's all wet. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like but what's funny is like, I didn't even think about running into the ramp because I just was like, well, I'm for sure going to grab somebody's hand. But like once I didn't grab the guy's hand, I was like, oh crap, I was so exposed, and
I'm
that's
going,
obviously
I'm going down. I'm going down.
Yeah, like this isn't good.
Bullshit.
I didn't think this through at all.
At least you weren't that dude where they didn't lower the rope all the way for him and then he fell.
Oh, that guy's still mad,
dude. I was like, I'm pretty sure you got a concussion, homie.
Yeah,
that hurt.
he got up and he wasn't happy.
It's like a UFC fighter just got kicked in the head, like
yeah, like Usman.
It's popping. And I was kind of like Blake on that too. Like I thought that I would get to the top and like for some reason I was thinking in my head that like I'm gonna have enough grip to just pull myself up and it's like slippery like a cartoon. Like you're like
no strength. No strength.
Yeah.
So. All right, boys. We'll wrap this one up.
Wrap it up. My dog's over here eating black meat.
Yep. We got football starting.
Yeah.
There you go, KPZ. I mentioned football.
Not next week, but the week after.
I'm not really that excited about it this year. I don't know why. Like I haven't even I don't know. Sports in general, after the NBA finals were done, I just haven't.
I feel like the NBA wore me out this year.
Maybe what it happened.
Like I'm for real. Like for some reason, it just like
it's just so
it
long.
Kind of drained me. Yeah, it drained me.
I think it's great during fantasy, and then after that, I think we all kind of lose interest, and then we wait for
that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Then we wait for the playoffs, and yeah. I mean, I guess I'm excited for football. I mean, it's still fun to watch, but
yeah, it is.
Should be an interesting year. I mean, we don't know. I don't think there's like any powerhouses this year.
Nobody's standing out. It's like back to even.
Yep.
That's what's great about football, right? It's every year it's a new team.
Everybody has a chance.
It's not the Patriots and Colts again.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, who's the Colts quarterback? Who is it?
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Got another washed up has-been, huh? Is that what we do now? We just get all the leftovers?
Isn't it crazy, though, like how like luck leaves and your consistency is gone? Like you've been so used to having
it's just so hard to get
guys.
A good quarterback, man. Like it's not...
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like
it's our team design, though, too. Like if our defense wasn't this good and our offense wasn't good, and so like you could trash the team if it wasn't competitive.
Yeah.
Right? That's what sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing because it does seem like there's just a select few elite quarterbacks, but it's like, are these quarterbacks great because they have a good offensive line or deep, or good receivers? It's like what makes Tom Brady so great? Is it because he's had the right coaching and teammates, or is it because he's just that great?
I think he's that great. Like I think maybe there's
good,
I think there's like 5 quarterbacks in the league maybe that you can basically put on any team and they would.
Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. Well, Drew Brees retired.
Aaron Rodgers is on that list. Tom Brady is certainly on that list.
Mahomes.
Probably Ben Roethlisberger, even though he's a little older now.
He's retired too.
He's out of the league. He's out of the league.
How about I name all the retired quarterbacks? Eli Manning, Peyton Manning,
Eli Peyton,
Joe Montana,
Brett Favre.
Yeah, Brett Favre. He's coming back for sure.
He may have to.
Yeah, no kidding. If those Skechers commercials don't work out, or Wrangler, whatever it is, I think he does Wrangler jeans or something.
Wrangler jeans.